Alright, so I got this set up in a V-block with some parallels underneath here, and I used a gauge pin and located the center of the crank here in line with the center of the spindle of the mill, and zeroed out my digital readout, and I offset it in the y-axis 250 thousandths, and that's how they get drilled with a 47 drill bit, and then tapped with a the mighty 348 tap, and then after that we'll work on cutting the profiles with an end mill. So let's get started on this. Alright, let me get the things moved around a little bit, get this chuck out of here, and we'll come back with a spring-loaded tap center, and we'll start tapping that. Alright, well, there's a shot. This is zeroed in the x-axis. That's that 1/4 inch Y offset for the crank throw, and so thought I'd just show you that real quick, and sure you guys seen this numerous times, but alright, so I laid out some bluing on here, and I prescribed a couple of sanity marks in there, and using the digital readout, and I took a piece of drill rod and I just, hit it on the grind a little point on there. I put it in an 1/8 inch collet and used it as a scriber, and I just scratched a couple of layout lines in there, just as a sanity check. Right now this is back on 0 in both axes, and I'm going to start with a center drill. I'm going to come back, drill a hole, and then I'll use the end mill to clean it up rather than just plunging an end mill into the material here. So it's got to be offset 1/8 of an inch, half the diameter of the 1/4 inch cutter from the center line here, and offset 1/8 of an inch from the edge of the throw, from the crank journal, which would be 3/32 plus the 1/8 of an inch. So it's going to have to come over in the Y direction 219 thousandths, and from the Y direction here 125 thousandths. And I'll start with a center drill, put a spot there, and then I'll drill the hole, and drill both holes, and I'll come back with the end mill and clean everything up with that. So that's the plan, and let's see how that goes, and let's get things moving here. We'll start with the Y, 1/8 of an inch in, and I'm keeping an eye on my digital readout at the moment. Get everything locked down. It's nice and tight. And okay, that's 1/8 of an inch. And now let's move things in the X direction, the X factor, I guess. And 219. All right. Let me get that snug down. And okay. Alright, and I got some marks there. I don't know how visible that is. Let me see if I zoom in a little bit, maybe. Trying to keep everything back in the frame here. Sometimes easier said than done. Okay, so now I had one set of lines that I had done and I forgot to okay, so right there we're gonna start. Alright, a little dab of oil on that. And you know what? I'm going to go right over across in the X direction. We'll go 219 on the other side. Alright, let me get that swapped out for a drill bit and bring you right back. Okay, here we are again, and this is one size under 1/4 of an inch. So, alright, let's see what happens with this. Alright, that should be good enough. Clear some of that stuff out of there so you can get a better look. Okay, so now I'll let me get this drill chuck out. I'll get a collet in there and switch over to a 1/4 inch end mill. Don't go nowhere.